Powerful things to tell yourself inspired by Stoicism. Every morning you open your eyes, the world is already in motion, and it doesn't care whether you're ready or not. It doesn't pause to ask how you feel, whether you're strong enough, calm enough, or prepared enough. No, it just begins. The noise, the chaos, the opinions, the deadlines, people running late, people letting you down, emotions tugging you in every direction before you even take your first breath of clarity. So what do? You don't sit and wait for peace. You create it before the day steals your focus. There are 5 things you must tell yourself every single day. Not for hype, not for blind motivation, but to stay rooted, steady, and unshaken when life tries to throw you off balance. Why? Because the world will speak to you if you let it. But you must train your inner voice first, or it'll be drowned out by everything else. Stoicism teaches us this. That true strength doesn't come from getting everything we want. It comes from how we respond when things don't go our way. The first truth to remind yourself, no one owes me anything, sounds cold, doesn't it? Maybe even harsh. But in reality, it's one of the most liberating truths you'll ever embrace. Nobody owes you respect. Nobody owes you kindness. Nobody owes you understanding. People are not obligated to behave the way you wish they would, and that's not a reason to grow bitter. It's your ticket to freedom, because the moment you release the weight of expectations, you also reclaim your peace. You stop handing it over to other people's moods, opinions, or failures. You stop seeking approval, stop being blindsided by disappointment, and start seeing the world as it is, not as it should be. You become steady, not shaken. You're no longer hurt by every slight, no longer thrown off by every inconsistency. You understand the game, and that understanding gives you calm, quiet control. The second reminder is just as crucial. I don't control others. I only control myself. What drains people the most isn't always what they feel. It's trying to control what they can't. Trying to manage someone else's choices, emotions, or beliefs. It's a battle you'll never win. You'll burn out chasing their approval. Exhaust yourself arguing with someone who isn't even listening. Waste hours trying to fix people who never asked to be fixed. But here's the shift. Once you understand that your influence stops at your own behavior, life becomes simpler and lighter. You stop trying to make them act right. Instead, you act right. You stop chasing validation and start walking in self-respect. This doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you stop controlling. And in that space, peace finally finds room to breathe. Next, you need to remind yourself of something people often forget. Emotions are not instructions. You will feel. Some days you'll wake up anxious for no reason. Some days you'll feel unmotivated, irritable, angry, confused. That's life. That's human. But what Stoicism teaches is that emotions are not commands. They're signals. And not every signal requires a reaction. You're not here to suppress what you feel. You're here to master it, to let it move through you, but never knock you off course. As Epictetus once taught, the key isn't to feel nothing. It's to feel everything and still choose your response. And Epictetus made it perfectly clear: if someone succeeds in provoking you, realize that your mind is complicit in the provocation. In other words, anger may rise, but that doesn't mean you have to become it. Sadness may knock at your door, but you don't have to collapse into it. You can feel the urge to lash out and still choose silence. And that, right there, is real power. Power isn't found in yelling louder, out-talking someone, or dominating a room. Power is restraint. Power is knowing you could explode, but choosing stillness instead. Most people live as prisoners to their emotions, reacting to every trigger like puppets on a string. But you don't have to. You don't need to follow every anxious thought. You don't need to react to every slight or insult. You simply need the self-discipline to pause, think, and respond with clarity and intention. And then there's this reminder, one that will save you from wasting your life force. Not everything deserves your energy. Modern life is loud. Notifications, opinions, arguments, digital drama. It never ends. And there's a trap hidden in all that noise. The belief that we must react to everything. Every post, every rude comment, every criticism that rubs us the wrong way. But here's the truth. Strength comes from discernment, not reaction. You don't have to fight every battle. You don't have to prove every point. You don't have to attend every argument you're invited to. Seneca once said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." And isn't that true? When we waste energy on petty things, our minds invent new wounds. We imagine insult where none existed. We imagine disrespect when silence would have granted us peace. Sometimes, silence isn't weakness. It's wisdom. It's the strength to walk away. It's the discipline to conserve your emotional energy. It's the choice to stay focused on your goals instead of being dragged into someone else's chaos. Not everything requires your correction. Not every misunderstanding deserves your attention. Your job is not to fix everyone. Your job is to protect your mind, your time, your energy. Because the truth is, some people don't want resolution. They just want your reaction. Don't give it to them. Stay unavailable to chaos. And finally, the fifth thing to tell yourself: I am responsible for my attitude, not the weather, not the traffic, not the news, not the person who made a snide remark this morning. You. Only you. Your response to the day is yours to own. Your attitude is a discipline, not a default. It's easy to say, "I'm in a bad mood because," but the moment you point outward, you give away your power. Attitude is not just a passing emotion. It's a trained mindset. You don't need to be positive all the time. This isn't about toxic positivity. It's about showing up with the kind of presence that doesn't crumble under pressure. When the world is off balance, you stay centered. When things go wrong, you remain level-headed. That's what separates the reactive from the resilient. You don't wait for the perfect mood, the perfect moment, the perfect conditions. You bring your best regardless. You lead with calm. You act with intention. You stay sharp, no matter what. These 5 reminders aren't just good ideas. They're anchors. They keep you grounded when life gets loud. They build something rare in today's world. A person who's calm, focused, and unshakable. That's what Stoicism really is. Not detachment from life, but full engagement from a stronger place. Not passivity, but powerful presence. Not aggression, but inner strength. Not control, but deep clarity. You don't need to shout to be powerful. You don't need to fight to prove you're strong. You just need to show up every morning with a mindset that holds steady when the world does not. So repeat this to yourself, quietly, privately, every single day. No one owes me anything. I only control myself. My emotions don't define me. My energy is sacred, and my attitude is my choice. Repeat it until it becomes second nature, until it becomes your operating system, until it becomes your calm in the storm. And when it does, people won't understand how you stay so centered. They won't know how to shake you, because you'll be grounded in something most people never build: self-command. That's where your real power lives, and that's how you protect it every single day. If this message spoke to you, if it gave you something to hold onto, then pass it on. Like the video, share it with someone who needs it, and subscribe to Stoic Capsule for more powerful reminders to keep you grounded, focused, and unshakable in a noisy world. Your journey to inner strength is just beginning, and we're walking it with you.